Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So the new Lockbox has been released, the Lockbox of Last Knowledge. You'll be able to buy it on the Wondrous Bazaar, but additionally it will drop on a chance upon just killing normal enemies. Now additionally, you may see right here, we have a pretty good sale, a coalescent mote for just 375,000 astral diamonds. That is a pretty good deal when you compare the actual price of coal motes on the auction house where you would normally spend astral diamonds. Just have a look at that here and you can see they're going for 920,000. So make sure to take advantage of that deal. You'll only be able to buy one, but I recommend only getting it if you need those, because they're bound on pickup account. However, you could flip it and earn some astral diamonds by upgrading an enchantment. Let's say you go buy one at legendary and then you flip that and make it a mythic, and then you go sell it on, and you've already made over 1 million astral diamonds just by doing that. Of course, keep in mind of the auction house cut and so on, and also of course the price of glyphs and such that you might have to spend along with refinement, but it's fully doable to make some profit off. So as per this video, let's dive in to this new lockbox. We're going to open all 250 so we can see all the rewards it has to offer and showcase them. So you can inspect the box and we can see the rewards it's giving us. And uniquely, it's dropping the Umber Hulk, which I'm excited to test out. It has the ability to give your allies combat advantage against all enemies within the field. Pretty powerful for AoE fights, but it will really have to depend the cast time, the area of that as well. And you can see the stats is just 3 universal, so you'll be able to get any insignia bonus on that, no bother. And as for the companion itself, I was excited to see a bit more details on this. It is not an augment. It is a little bit weird as it only has 3 powers there. It has tendrils, which just deals damage instantly over time to nearby enemies. Alright. So it has some AoE capability, but that seems to be about it. I don't know how good that will be. We'll have to see. So let's obtain everything. We're going to go and we're going to spend those 250 keys that we have. You can see all the drop rates via the tooltip right there when we're opening it. 1 in 250 chance to drop the mount or the companion. 1 in 200 for a mythic insignia. And you can see the rest there. The rest are all just rewards you've already seen, with them again dropping a bunch of random companions, random mounts. And just keep in mind as well, you can inspect the box, and after a certain amount of them that you open, you obtain some guaranteed rewards, which is very neat, which will guarantee you to obtain at least the mount or the companion after 250. Guaranteed, but you'll most likely drop one of them because they also have a 1 in 250 drop rate, so it's most likely you get one before you have opened all 250 anyway, so you generally end up with both of them. Some people can be really lucky, get a mythic reward just for the very first one they open. Other people not so lucky. So we've just opened over 100 there. We're getting to the 150 mark, which will give us a bit of a jackpot of trade bars, which is pretty nice. They seem to have increased that to 2,000 now. I believe earlier variants had less than that. Yes, if we look at the Dragon Slayer lockbox, it only dropped 1,000. If we look at the Dragon Cult lockbox, it also only dropped 1,000. And the Myconid lockbox also only dropped 1,000. So they are kind of increasing the rewards. You can see you'll also get a bit of trade bars at the beginning as well. This new lockbox instead will drop you, as we can see, 250 after just opening 5 of them. So that's pretty neat when we compare the rewards here to the rewards now having it being updated. You get 1,000 after just 75. So I believe they're trying to improve it. Yes, they're trying to do something to give it a bit more value. We'll have a look though if in the end we calculate the amount of trade bars and we compare it to what maybe we should get by opening just older lockboxes. There you can see we've already got 2 coal motes from this lockbox, which is pretty neat actually. To be honest, I didn't think they dropped from there, but there we got the Flump account wide companion, and we'll just finally get to that 250 mark. And well, we did drop the mount even before getting to 250. So we're going to end up with 3 of these rewards. Hang on, wait a minute. It is actually dropping 500 trade bars per drop instead of what it was before. So 250 boxes and we got 11,600 trade bars. Well done, Cryptic. Well done. Because after 250 of the older type of lockbox, we should be getting about that many trade bars. Excellent. I did not think they would do it. Let's have a look at the tooltip here again. And yes, they increased terminal and trade bars to 125 per drop when you look at the tooltip, but a 1 in 15 chance. And you can see there's also then a 1 in 50 chance to get 500 and a 1 in 100 chance to get 1,000. I'm impressed. Well done, Cryptic. You did something good there. When you look and inspect the box, it still says the 25 here, so that's a bit of bugged out. But just be aware you can hover over the tooltip and we can see right there. And additionally, you're getting guaranteed trade bars as you open a certain amount. So this lockbox is actually competing with all those older lockboxes now, with giving you pretty much the same amount of trade bars. You do have to be a bit luckier because you're not guaranteed to obtain trade bars on every box. You can again see the drop rates there of like 1 in 15 to get 125, 1 in 50 to get 500, and 1 in 100 to get 1,000. But let's move on. I'm very happy that they actually decided to work on their lockboxes and improve them. They realized that we copped on that the value of trade bars was significant. So amongst having the lockbox updated, giving you guaranteed rewards, you also will be able to get trade bars. Excellent. I rate this lockbox as then one of the best because of all the rewards you get. Yes, it's completely random there, but you get a bunch of insignias. You can even get coal motes for some reason. Checking the tooltip, and it does not say that we can obtain coal motes. So I'm a little confused on that, but we did. We obtained 2 of them. Just keep in mind, in order to get that full average of trade bars, you kind of want to stick to the lockbox until you've opened 150 before moving on to the next lockbox. Okay, enough. Let's move on. We have the new companion right here, Flump. Let's go and bind that and we can go summon this little cute fella. So there we go. That's your Flump. It's just going to follow you around like that, floating along. That's pretty neat. They did decent animation with that, making the tentacles float around and wave a bit. And is there any other appearance? No. Does it have much abilities? No, it seems to only have tendrils. We'll test that in just a sec, but let's get the new mount as well. And we have that right here, the Umber Hulk. It has its 2 powers there, and I want to test those as well. But let's get the visuals of it. And with that, we can mount up, and you can see that's your Umber Hulk. It might be some people's taste, but not really mine for the most fashionable mount there is. As for the mount up animation, again, it's just like this. It comes basically right up under you. And as for spacebar animation, you're just going to be roaring like so. Otherwise, let's dive in and test the companion real quick. So let's just ride over to some dummies. And well, there's a bunch of other people here, but let's just attack this dummy right here and see what our Flump does. So we can just see some examples of damage values, and sadly it does not look like much. Yes, my build isn't up to par. I don't believe I have warlords, but we do have the mythic companion enchantment, and it dealing that kind of abysmal damage is not gonna cut it compared to other options we have. Now keep in mind, those 2 rewards are account wide, so once you have them, you can go to your rewards reclaim agent, the promo tab, and you should be able to claim them back again, like the Umber Hulk. That will of course mean you'll have to bind it. The first version will have to be bound to your account in order to give you this ability. But then we should also be able to claim the Flump, which we can. I'm on my companion tester character, so we can get that Flump tested more accurately and we can rank him. So we'll have him just then attacking this dummy right here. And okay, he hits for a little bit higher, but let's have a look at his combat log, and we'll just have him attacking there while we go have a look at the mount power of the Umber Hulk. He has that ability of Heroic Soil, which is just giving you a bunch of forward. It can be useful on some builds, especially if you're trying to maximize those, let's say, percentages rather than the ratings. And otherwise, the combat power does not seem it's going to deal a lot of damage, but it can create an area field. So it's called Sand Coffin. All right, let's bind that and let's find that. There we go. Let's say we go and attack this dummy, and then we go and summon it, and he creates this area. So it's not going to be the biggest area. You can see it's not like hitting that guy over there. So you would really have to combine it with, for example, a gear piece of the Turban of Shifting Sands, or your Arcane Singularity on the Wizard, or other such powers, Furious Immolation, etc., or your Chicken Artifact. Basically anything that will group up enemies together. Just having aggro on them, if they're melee like enemies, they will usually all come towards you, and having it be able to cast it on like a target that's away from you will definitely help for, let's say, if a ranged DPS wanted to use it. Keep in mind again, the damage on it isn't so high, and so it's a balance of like your skill and the skill of your party members, because usually a tank can run up to the group of enemies and then jump to the other side of them while your teammates attack them. So we can have a look again real quick. Like, I don't have combat advantage on that dummy over there, and so once we go and cast it on it, there we go, immediately we can see we get combat advantage on it by all the sword markers on our hits. So it works. Doesn't seem to last for all too long. I would hope it would last a little bit longer than that, but it's supposed to be just 6 seconds, slowing targets. And his damage right here, we do, and there's his tentacle or his tendrils. That's all he's hitting for, and like just over 11,000 encounter DPS, 11.5 thousand encounter DPS would rank him pretty low on this chart. You can see probably all the way down just about here, 125, 126 with Ksuna. So yeah, not great. I wouldn't use the companion. He's supposed to be in an area effect, but he's not able to hit that dummy over there, so I don't see it as a viable companion to use as an active. And he does have the ability, yes, it's pretty unique, that you could use as a tank right here, having the intelligent and wise. Basically, once every 30 seconds you take damage, you can reflect some damage back, but it's so minuscule, I don't see it as worth it. And the same effect then 30 seconds, but giving yourself a shield. Again, 5%, I don't see it as worth it. It's not going to be something you want to sacrifice for like a permanent buff that you're going to have for the entire time. I do not rank it at highly at all. So let's go to like Everdeath. We run into these little minions. So they have the one dot above their head, and we stick this guy right here, our Umber Hulk, and they instantly die. That is pretty neat, actually. That is pretty cool. If you could group up a bunch of just single dot enemies, which are aka minions, this is an AoE minion consumability. Alright, I rank it a little bit higher than I initially did, because there are a lot of minions depending on what content you're running. Like, it's a power you want to use anyway on just ads, so that could help. There's definitely going to be some situations where that will be special, and people will be dealing quite a lot of damage based on that, because they just instantly die, meaning you've chewed through their entire hit point pool and you basically gain all that damage. So that's the new Lockbox. I'm pretty impressed. They increased the trade bar drop rate. It's about the same as we've seen back with the older boxes. That is really good to see. Special thank you again to all of these channel members for their added support. And if I present this well, consider leaving the video a like. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.